Hey everybody, this is Efti with Close, and today I want to answer the question, what do we do if we relied on trade shows and conferences to generate leads and pipeline? What do we do now? Now that there's no trade shows, no conferences, no large-scale industry events, and it's not really on the horizon that will resume anytime soon, how do we as a sales organization adjust to be in business and to be able to generate pipeline, close deals, and keep progressing forward when we don't have our core lead generator in place anymore? A lot of companies have reached out to me and asked that question. I want to give you 5 ideas today on what you can do just to get the ball rolling to adjust to this new reality right now. So number 1, a lot of these conferences and trade shows, they're hurting really badly. So they themselves are probably in some kind of a creative mode of trying to figure out what to do. Many of them might want to try to do the event virtually. There's an opportunity for you there, right? Reach out to them, to the conference organizers, to the trade show organizers, and ask, what are you planning to do, right, to generate income and money? What are you planning to do to generate value for your community? Are you going to do virtual events? Are you going to do webinar series? Are you going to do online meetups? Are you going to launch an online forum? What are you going to do? Is there a newsletter? What are your plans for the next 12 months? And try to see how you can integrate and weave yourself into those plans by offering both value but also getting things in return, right? Maybe now more than ever, they're hurting because they don't get any sponsorships anymore, right? All their sponsors are going away, and even for the online events, sponsorship might have dried up significantly, and companies might not be comfortable to sponsor online the way they used to do offline, or even just sponsor in general and spend any ad money during these hard times. There's an opportunity for you here, especially if you know that this trade show or that conference is generating high quality leads. Well, maybe now's the time to step in and get a really amazing deal where you become a sponsor, maybe the only sponsor, maybe the main sponsor, and you can really dictate the agenda. You own more of the sessions. You can send a number of emails that are dedicated to the entire email list. Now's the time to get a bargain and to invest and become a real good partner. Both give them money, hopefully offer value, but really get something in return and take over the event, right? If possible. Maybe they already have a bunch of plans and you can see how you can fit into those plans. Maybe they don't, and now's an opportunity for you to give them ideas. Maybe they tell you, hey, we're still struggling, we're still trying to figure out what to do, especially if they're not that technical, not that tech savvy, and you're a tech savvy company. You reach out and you tell them, hey, here's some examples of successful trade shows we've seen go online. We know the tech, we have the energy and ambition, we know your audience, we can help you put together an event that's virtual. Maybe that's a chance to do that. Now let's say that the trade show or conference doesn't want to do that, or doesn't want to partner with you for whatever reason, or is not good at this. Well, you don't have to get their permission, right? You can do it on your own. You can just decide to put together a mini non-conference or unconference around that name and say, hey, we've always loved participating in this trade show or conference. It's not happening this year, so we have decided to partner with a bunch of other strong actors in that trade show and do a virtual event. One day online, we're going to bring in all the people that were supposed to speak at that conference virtually. You can, and then you promote that virtual event that is leaning on the main trade show, on the main conference, as an unconference or as an unofficial kind of virtual meetup event. Maybe it's a one-day conference, maybe it's just a series of webinars or interviews. You can reach out to every single person that would have been a speaker or a panel and just do it virtually. Right? Maybe you do it all in 1 week or a day, or maybe you do it just once a week and you turn it into a webinar series. You use the hashtag, the name of the trade show, so you kind of promote that it's inspired by that and it's for the same audience, but it's something different, right? And you take and you use the power of social media. Maybe there's, now's maybe the time for you to go to social media and look for hashtags that were relating to the event of people that posting how they're heartbroken that they won't be able to make it to the event. Maybe people that are heartbroken showing that they had bought tickets and they're worthless now, or bought flights that they're canceled now, or that this event was really important to them and they don't know what to do now or where to learn the newest tricks of the trade. Just scan through social media for everybody that was sharing things about that event, maybe now where things are canceled, but maybe also early on where people were still excited, buying and purchasing tickets and making plans, and weren't aware that the event would be canceled in the future. And reach out to these people one-on-one, individually, right? Engage them. Tell them you're planning to do a virtual event or a meetup, or you have some information you collected. Or just ask them, what are the main 3 things they learned the last year? And then maybe you write up a blog post. Here, the main value proposition of this trade show, since it didn't happen last year, we put together a collection of all the trade secrets, all the new events and innovations, and the main memories of attendees from last year's, right? You could create alternative content. You can engage with people online. Maybe you start a new hashtag. A hashtag of the event this year being canceled, but we will still make shit happen. We will still collaborate. We will still communicate. We will still engage, but virtually. And you start a trend, a movement. And you have to think about past trade show and conference events. Well, if you've gone to that trade show multiple years in a row and that was your main driver of lead gen, you probably have lists, right? You have email lists. You have business cards of people that you met there. Well, maybe this is a time for you to use that email list to really kind of put fuel on the fire on any of these other tactics that I mentioned, doing a virtual conference together with the trade show, or doing your own virtual meetups or webinar series, or starting a new social media hashtag and trying to make a trend. You could email those people, let them know what you're trying to do, and get them engaged and get them to support you and really amplify your efforts. Use those old email lists from the trade shows before, right? Maybe you ping these people and you say, hey, this trade show was one of the main drivers of our business. We met you there. You can't go, we can't go. What are you doing instead? Is there an online community? Is there an online event? Is there a blog? What do you do to supplement not being able to go to the physical trade show this year? Ask, survey people. You send out a survey to all the people. What are they doing? What are they coping? What are they reading? What trends are they seeing? Maybe you put together out of the results of the study, you create kind of an industry report from attendees of the trade show, right? To share some knowledge, some insights with everybody in the market. See, those are all content ideas. You can create blog posts, you could create video series, webinar series, virtual meetups. You can create research that you publish, white papers. There's a lot of opportunity there, and this really leads to the last point, which is start experimenting and investing in alternative channels for lead generation. Maybe in the past you tried, it was a stop and go, but eventually you decided that nothing was as successful as the trade show. Well, now you have to invest more in new channels. You have to maybe be more dedicated towards them, more patient, and develop alternative channels to make your business and your pipeline, your sales organization more stable, less reliant on one kind of a trade show event. Right? So look online, where are groups, maybe on LinkedIn, maybe on Quora, maybe on Facebook, groups that you should be actively participating in that could be lead generators. What are online email lists or communities you should participating in? Maybe now's the time for you to start doing more LinkedIn outreach or more cold email outbound campaigns. Maybe now's the time for you to start generating a lot more content and more compelling content for your blog. Maybe focus more on SEO so you get more organic traffic from the type of people that are in your industry. And maybe this is the time for you to spend in ads. I brought this idea up with a sponsorship, but ad inventory is freeing up fast. Prices are going down. This is an opportunity maybe for you to look at places that you could have never advertised successfully before and that now you could. Right? Maybe you are able to find ways to advertise and retarget to people that were part of the trade show. Maybe people that have liked the trade show or have indicated that they went to the trade show, the conference last year, and you can run ads towards that audience. But maybe now's the time to find new channels, develop them, be patient with them. So once we're out of this downturn, you don't just go back to the way things were. You're now in a better place than things were. That's our hope, right? First priority is obviously to survive, but then we also want to thrive. We don't just want to survive. So here's a summary of the ideas again. Number one, reach out to the conference or trade show and see if they have plans and if you could play a part in those plans. Or if they don't, you can suggest a virtual conference, a virtual event, webinar series, meetup. anything that is happening in an alternative online forum that can reach still the same audience and be a lead generator for you. Number two, if that's not possible, even if it is possible, maybe you do one big event with them and then you do a series of events that lean on that trade show that you do independently, right? But think about doing meetups, events, webinars, panels, blog content, research, anything alternative on your own. Number three, rely heavily on social media and look at hashtags and conversations and engagement that is already happening around that trade show and event and happened in the past, and engage there. And maybe start a new hashtag that leans on it, that creates a new movement. Number four, use your lead list from the past, re-engage that audience to give you ideas, to give you insights, to create content for you, but also to support you in anything you're doing in the future. And number five, look for new channels, develop new channels, new online places to advertise, to create content, to engage, email campaigns, calling campaigns, SMS campaigns, ads, PR, whatever it is. Try to develop new channels and find new ways to generate leads for your business. I hope this was helpful. If you need more tips, more ideas, you want to share more your specific unique situation, you can always get in touch with me, stelly@close.com. Until next time, stay safe. Let's go get them.